How's everything looking?
We'll be able to repair the plating and the propulsion system using chiral printed parts. Fragile's team will pick up any additional materials that are necessary. The nav console I use to read the tower currents isn't broken. I just need a little more time to restore the connection with my hand. Won't be much longer now.
Tarman.
He came to visit me in my room.
Thank you. Oh, I see you're holding hands now, eh? Hands allow us to connect. Form bonds.
You think you'll ever find your missing hand?
Now that's a bond I doubt will ever be broken.
Looks like we're good to go.
We'll see you later.
Stay safe out there.
Are you excited to head out? So excited. She's here. Oh, there's Fragile. Okay. Let's get going.
Hey, be safe out there.
Thank you.
What if you run into trouble on the way?
We'll be fine. Remember, you're talking to the former head of Fragile Express.
You two be all right?
We all have dooms. No need to worry about us.
And we're tougher than you, too.
Right. So watch yourself out there.
Take care of each other.
Sam, although everyone's hard at work repairing the DHV Magellan, it will unfortunately be some time before we can travel again. Nevertheless, putting our plans on hold, extending the chiral network, your next objective, though you'll need to get another site online before. And unlike before, the DHV Magellan will be unable to advance. During this period, you, Fragile, Rainy, and Tomorrow are gone procuring material, and Tarman has his hand. He'd also like to improve the ship's arsenal, and bringing South Fort Knot into the chiral network will be necessary to do that. I say this to reassure you that the whole team is committed to getting the ship back up and running, and that we mean to join you as soon as we can. It's just gonna take us a little while, that's all. For now, head to the Phantom Smith's shelter and put him on the grid. The associated main order can be accessed via this delivery terminal.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Gotcha.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
Feels good.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
You're mine. Look, that one. further now. Hook that one. Snag.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Recovered everything then. Great. Let's get it delivered.
Hook that one. Snag. that one.
Thank you, Sam.
Weapons restrictions.
Take
You're
care.
mine.
Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops toward hope. Hope. Hey. Good morning. Hey.
Snag. Almost there.
Good day, Sam. Drawbridge credentials verified.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted in some...
Hey, risking your... Marvelous condition, I gotta say. Thank you. Good job finding this. Honestly, I don't... There's no denying your... I'd like you to put the...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
And now I'm finally online. Accordingly, I was able to analyze the cargo you just... Seems it was developed with the aid of an unknown technology. From what I can tell, it reacts to chiral radiation on a specific... The reason I mention it is because the chiral shock cannon data I shared with you is the product of research that leverages the chiral radiation it generates. Practically speaking, it should also deal damage. You can't use it without... Gotta think, you know? So if the chiral... And if you can... There's a lot... If you... Thanks again. You've been... I'm still concerned about the armed survivalists to the south of here. Not to... So I'll be rooting for you to keep... I don't know your support. Anyway, be warned that this cargo can explode if handled improperly, and should be so if and when you take this main order, good luck with everything.
Sam, once again, I'm contacting you via our dedicated private line. No one else will be able to... I'll get to the point. Has Charlie ever behaved in... I ask, because his credibility, as routinely calculated by APAS, appears to have dropped. Despite attempting to confirm his credentials via the UCA's National ID Registry, it does not appear anyone has ever actually... It may well be the case. I can only hope. For now, Sam, proceed to South Fort Knott and put it on... It is imperative that we improve the DHV Magellan's capabilities to better contend, and the sooner we connect all of us when you are ready to proceed, you can pick up your next main order from the delivery...
Unable to obtain additional data from the DHV Magellan. Updating information with data from within chiral network coverage only. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
to it. Yeah!
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Chiral decontamination in progress. Anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
Well, hazardous materials notwithstanding, I see you got here in a time. At one moment. No damage to speak of? Thank you for transporting my cargo with care. Well now, this was not a delivery I was expecting you to bring to my door. I'm on the cusp of a breakthrough thanks to you. Go ahead and connect your queue.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
On the network at last, eh? This should enable me to increase the pace of my research into... As for the cargo you brought me, it's the culmination of the Phantom Smith's recent effort. I applied a few finishing touches, and voila! I can now share with you the data. It is a devastatingly powerful weapon. You'll find it deals which might come in handy, since it's not just armed survivalists that are... It's hard to say, but... So that's all the more reason to have Ideally, this can... Unfortunately, though, such firepower is more than enough to kill any human outright, so please... In addition, I'm happy to share some new pickup off. You can swap them in and out as you like when customizing your... I highly recommend using these if you're planning to tackle a snow-covered I'll be sure to continue my I intend... Any assist... Oh, before you go, a gift I was instructed to give you by my mentor. This cargo will allow you to enhance the DHV Magellan's weaponry. Per Tarman's request, I'll need some time to prepare it for transport, though. I'll be sure to post the order by the time you wake up. So, go on and have a good...
Sam, it's me. Our enemies have grown bolder and more aggressive, but I see you are all able to fend them off. Chiral network coverage now stands in excess of 85% across Australia. We are already seeing indications of plate gate formation in the near future as well. Just a bit more, Sam. I know you and your comrades will finish what we've started, and to prepare for what's to come. I encourage you to Be advised, Sam, that I've switched it. We need to talk about I reviewed the contract. By doing so, I was able to confirm that funding for Drawbridge was provided by none other than Bridges. Though they used intermediaries to obfuscate the transactions, Bridget is undoubtedly the source of your patron. In other words, Drawbridge cannot be considered as an independent civilian organization. Should these your attempts to integrate Mexico and Australia, when I tasked Drawbridge with these missions, it was under the assumption that it was a non-government operation. But I, APAC, and you yourselves may have all been deceived. I will continue to pursue this investigation for now.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Just like old times.
Where are we?
This place does wonders for my mood. The repairs to the DHV Magellan are still ongoing, so I thought to return here and see if I couldn't make progress with our Lou investigation.
Learn anything new?
Well, at the Motherhood's facility, we managed to confirm that Lou's original serial number was none other than BB00. And this is what I found when I attempted to search for associated records. To build the chiral network, 9 sacrificial BBs were prepared. However, the network's original design required only 1. A single sacrificial BB unit, facilitating chiral communications across the entire North American continent. This approach called for what was dubbed a core bridge baby, and BB00 was a lucky candidate assigned to play this role. However, Bridges subsequently abandoned the idea, their tests having failed to yield the desired results. And so it was that the model requiring multiple sacrificial BBs was ultimately adopted.
Meanwhile, Lou was placed into storage for an extended period, and for reasons yet unknown, inherited the identity of BB-28.
Records indicate that the Bridges research team was responsible for the reclassification.
Were they trying to cover up the earlier experiments by falsifying Lou's production year, perhaps? Or did Bridges have some other hidden agenda?
I'm afraid that remains unclear.
Well, we now know Lou was born 11 years ago. There may very well have been a connection with Neil.
You know, my fondness for this place isn't wholly nostalgic. It has the most delightful hot springs, you see. Though, truth be told, even they aren't my favorite thing about it. If you can find the time, you should come visit. Give the old bones a soak.
Oh, a warm bath does sound good.
Perfect treat for a weary traveler. Anyway, I'll see you aboard the Magellan.
Do you read me, Sam? This is Tarman. I've relocated my hand at last,
Out there on the currents, bobbing along like before. Now that our connection has been re-established, I should finally be in a position to wrap up repairs on the ship. But that won't be enough for what's coming. We need to improve our weaponry as well. South Fort Knot is home to an exceptional researcher. It so happens that they were instrumental in the construction of this fine vessel, and they're preparing the latest and greatest weapons for just a few more. Access the South Fort Knot.
You're the father.
Departing facility.
Hello, Sam. I finished preparing your next delivery for you. You'll find it utilizes cutting... Oh, and my... Anyway.
Sam, I did a deep dive into the DHV Magellan's provenance. While it is indeed a civilian vessel, the financing for that work appears to have come from Bridget's own accounts. Just like it would be fair to say that this would make it Charlie was involved in all of the relevant transactions as well. This only increases the likelihood that Charlie has... Of course, it now seems likely that Charlie does not exist. In which, if everything, including the extension of network infrastructure, was simply a pretext for territorial expansion, then it's plain our company has made a grave. Further investigation is warranted, but that will require a little more time. This is a delicate situation that requires caution, and we cannot afford to ignore them. As such, your best course of action is to continue to undertake main orders and prioritize. As always, I will contact you if and when I learn more.
Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Order accepted. Thank you. Remember to rest. Say safety first. That's the spirit. Do be careful.
Sam, it's Deadman. Hartman is away on the beach. So I've also been making use of my own time on the beach to scour the UCA. As I told you before, we previously thought that BB-00 was, and that this was done by Bridges however, it turned, and now we know what really happened. Bridges intended to decommission and dispose of BB-00, but someone intervened behind the scenes. They ensured that BB-00 was spared and sent to a storage facility where it... Per the official records, however, BB-00 was decommissioned. And so, who do you... Well, I determined which account was used to manipulate the BB records. It was registered to a Bridges member with the highest level access permissions. As you may have guessed, Sam, it was the leader of the first expedition, Amelie. And she did it all just to protect Lou.
It was Amelie. I can't believe she went to such lengths. It was thanks to her that you could even meet Lou in the first place then. They're very close now.
I tried to sway without being. I'm waiting for you to be later.
Almost there. That's the way.
Welcome back. Just give me a... Straight, Sam. This cargo's in flawless condition. You're in a class of your own.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Here's a little something for you. We'll prep the main cannon for immediate use. And look, it won't be long now till the DHV Magellan is fully operational. Anyway, I'd better hurry up and see. Thanks again.
Sam, your next objective will also be your last. Terminal Fort Knott. To put them on the grid, you'll first need to link up the Southern Environmental Observatory. It's safe to assume that this final step, for now, you should rest in the private room to ensure...
I thought it was the right thing to do, taking my daughter to be reunited with her mother. And when we arrived, we played her favorite song, hoping for a reaction. But it was too late. She had no memories of our time together as a family. She was no different from any other gazer. To be honest, I already knew that deep down. My daughter's heart was swallowed up by the tar soon after, as was mine. And eventually, my car became stuck inside my daughter's doll. A prison very much of my own making. I couldn't tell you how long I lay there, until... looking for fellow doomed sufferers to recruit to her cause. I wouldn't be here if... While you were resting, Fragile and the others they were able to procure all the materials we needed without any issue. Tarman has just finished installing our new main cannon. He said it will be some... Even so, the DHV... Now, it's time... Come to think of it, Pierre Sutter... Was it? To think his mentor was instrumental to the development of the DHV Magellan's propulsion systems. One could go so far as to say that he's one of our vessel's many fathers. The entire crew is working hard to get the... So let's follow their lead.
Did you sleep well, Sam? Repairs to the DHV. We're ready for you to chart. The main cannon is being fitted as well, but it'll take a while for it to be calibrated. Anyway, the new and improved finish off anything you... Then prepare to continue expanding the... We're counting on...
Sam, this is Charlie. Your next order requires that you accomplish 2 specific objectives. First of all, you are to proceed to the armed survivalist base and destroy all the chiral jammers you find there. So long as even a single one remains active, you will be unable. It is therefore essential that you remove this impediment before proceeding any further. Our latest reports indicate that there are hostiles on site who are equipped with electromagnetic shields. This would give them a significant defensive advantage, so engaging them head-on in a firefight may lead to a prolonged and difficult struggle. If you intend to go on the offensive, consider the properties of your weapons carefully before deciding which ones to bring with you. After you have destroyed all the chiral jammers at the enemy's base, head directly to the Southern Environmental Observatory. A contingent of ghost mechs has been sighted dangerously close to the facility. We need to bring it onto the chiral network before these mechs can get into position. Once you've extended network coverage, the DHV Magellan... There's no time to waste, Sam.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
On my way back! How'd I do, Sam? Nice catch. Wait, what's that? There. Where are all these enemies coming from? Steady. Reconnaissance complete. Okay. Oh boy. Forget. On my way back. I'm home. Reconnaissance complete. Reporting for duty. Stick a fork in me, Sam. And we're back. Great job. No more jammers to worry about. Let's head to the Southern Environmental Observatory.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Delivery route finalized. Route creation. Delivery route.
Gotta stretch my legs.
we've got company. They clearly don't intend to let us expand the chiral network. We'll have to destroy them all. Get behind cover! Oh boy, that must hurt. The southern and there's no way we...
Almost there.
Sam, we've got company. They clearly don't intend to let us expand the chiral network. We'll have to destroy them all. Cover! Reinforcements. Here they come, Sam. Oh, honestly, Sam, you're incredible. We should be able to connect the facility to the network now.
You're a welcome sight, mate. Let me check. You fought like hell, mate. Thanks for the help. You know, I can't imagine what would have happened to this. And now we can finally get on...
Now displaying your current quarter grade.
Connection established without it. Our staff have all been taking shelter underground on account of the emergency situation. But now I think speaking of... indicative of Plategate. Keep expanding network coverage and we'll find... Unfortunately, though, the tar currents near our facility are still looking awfully rough, so we can't declare... The DHV Magellan won't be able to join you here either. It's gonna take some work to get to the bottom of this. And I'm afraid I can't do much for you given the circumstance. Just know that we're all...
Uh-oh! Guitar goblin!
You know, truth be told, I don't really care if you and your crew link up the continent or not. Because I'm here just for one reason.
Get up!
And that's to make you suffer. Can't kill a repatriate for good. Boy, you're about to learn. There's far worse things than dying. So, let's kick it off with some pain. Everlasting flamethrower here has a little bit of an appetite for Kyrie. So, the moment you come back from the seam all covered in the stuff, flames roar to life, the body starts to burn once more. You will writhe in agony. And then you will die. And you'll return once more. Nothing you can do to get you out. And it won't be long before the pain becomes more than physical. Y'all caught up now? And that thing and its colorful past? The whole child of a partner who betrayed you once upon a time thing, I mean. Yeah. That's it. Suffer for me, baby. There ain't no turning gazer for you, Sam. No crossing over to the other side. So suffer. Yeah. Suffer. Through the day you were born. I'll stay with you by your side. Close your tired eyes and I'll wait. And soon I'll see your smile in our dream. And I'll stay with you by your side. Close your tired eyes. I'll wait, and soon I'll see your smile in our dream.
Catch you later.
He's stuck in a loop of death and resurrection. Before his high is completely incinerated, he returns to us. His body is restored, only to be burned again. Don't! Even if you speed up time, the flames won't die. Come on, Sam. Come on! I don't know what to do!
We've extended chiral network coverage all the way to the Southern Environmental Observatory, and it's all thanks to Sam. His injuries have completely healed too. Deadman, by way of Hartman's Ha, said as much after he finished his examination.
Trust me, Fragile. I'm a doctor, and I know Sam's body better than just about anyone. He's doing fine. No need to worry. Thanks to a healthy dose of Rainey's Corfol, he's as good as new. Or right as rain, as you might say. Even for a repatriate, to die and be resurrected so many times in quick succession. I feared the worst. It's a miracle he made it through.
I'm sorry to say that the tar currents near the Southern Environmental Observatory are still unstable. Consequently, we'll need to keep the DHV Magellan here to defend the facility for the time being. All things considered, paving the way to Terminal Fort Knott is a Herculean task, and Sam's going to have to dig deep to see it done.
Don't worry, Sam's up for the challenge.
Thanks to Tarman and Deadman's efforts, his Ha may have made a full recovery. But the same can't be said of his Ka. And this journey was also meant to give Sam's mind an opportunity to heal. Isn't that right, Fragile? Soon, we'll have linked up our final objective. This will mark the end of our travels together. Which means the time to have that conversation with Sam is fast approaching. I believe we should tell him sooner rather than later. But what do you think? Well, perhaps I should broach the subject first. Something wrong?
Lou's not looking right in there.
Here, show me.
What do you think? It's almost like Lou's fading away.
Is that so? And I'd say we're making progress.
I don't understand.
She asked me to help.
What?
Before we set out on our journey together, Fragile, she asked me to help you. To act as your therapist so that you could process the loss of your child. Sam, hear me out. Lou's been gone for a long, long time now.
No. Lou's right here. We just traveled across Australia together. I'll show you.
The pod you brought on this journey has been empty from the start. The truth is, I'm the one who's been operating your Odra deck. And it's because of that connection that I was able to share your flashbacks.
Hey, Sam. Can you take a picture of us?
Do you see? Nothing has changed. The pod has always been empty. We decided not to dispute what you said you saw, but to give you the support you needed instead. In this way, we believed we could help you come to terms with Lou's death.
Wait, what do you mean Lou's death? What are you talking about?
Please understand, Sam. We never meant to string you along.
Fragile was only worried about you.
I couldn't stand to leave you there, broken. I wanted you to live, to move forward.
So from the beginning, Lou was never there? I've been alone this whole time.
You're wrong. Death can tear us apart. We'll always be connected.
No, we won't. Lou's gone. And that's that.
Trust me, Sam. We will always be with you, no matter what. You will never, ever be alone.
destination is in sight. Terminal Fort Knott. However, we've run into unforeseen difficulties. Connecting the final node to the network is not going to be as simple as we had hoped. Fortunately, Hartman has a device at his lab that should allow us to resolve this problem. But the DHV Magellan must remain stationed at the Southern Environmental Observatory to defend it from potential threats, meaning we cannot... You've helped us come this far. Too far to... Sam, take as long as you need, but whenever you're ready...
How did I end up here? Curious.
Sam, Tarman here. I want you to take a good look at the DHV Magellan. Her main cannons are operational, and it's all thanks to you. Contact us whenever you require fire support, and we'll be sure to oblige.
Did you take a look at that post from the Southern Environmental Observatory on the SSS? It seems ghost mechs are active in their local region, and the tar currents there are still in a rather chaotic state. This is Higgs's doing, all in service to a greater plan. We shouldn't underestimate him either, Sam. Let's take care on our way to Hartman's lab. Getting to Hartman's lab will require us to cover considerable distance, Sam. But there are all kinds of things that can help us get there faster. Highways, zip lines, you name it. This journey is a major undertaking, so...
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Fragile never stopped thinking about how all of this was affecting you. Whenever you weren't around or were asleep, Fragile approached me to see how you were holding up under the strain. She wanted to know how often you talked to ruin the pond, how much everything weighed on your mind, if you ever thought about what happened. She had faith that you would one day come to accept the reality of your situation. It wasn't just for your sake. Fragile needed you too. Is nearly ruined, Sam. Proceed with the utmost caution.
Network coverage.
treat. I appreciate you bringing this in. You're the best. I've been wanting to find a way to support your efforts, and so I'd like you to have this. I've increased your materials allocation.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
This would... It's not... But the...
Order completed. Well done.
Think of it, Sam, there's a sub-order waiting for you at the Eastern Environmental Observatory, right? Just an idea, but you could take care of that while you make your way to Hartman's lab.
Look at you, handling all these jobs. I'd like to share this with you. Hopefully you can make good use of it. I've been reviewing material.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
No.
Order completed. Well done.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. This cargo has been
Order accepted. Thank you.
Uptown, Nazi man.
Hydration accepted. That's the spirit. Ladies first.
Is nearly ruined, Sam. Proceed with the utmost caution.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
By the way, Sam, wasn't there a sub-order posted for you at the F5 East Distribution Center? Perhaps you should consider picking that up and handling it on your way to Hartman's lab.
Don't know if I've ever seen finer looking cargo. Thanks, man. Decided to knock out a whole mess of orders, huh? You've been a true friend, Sam. And that's why I want you to have these. I'm increasing the materials I'll...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Absolute. They also...
Order complete. Well done.
mountain range is commonly referred to as the Central Highlands. The western reaches are littered with small rocks and pebbles, making the ground underfoot quite slippery. Several This mountain range is commonly referred to as the Central Highlands. The western reaches are littered with small rocks and pebbles, making the ground underfoot quite slippery. Several sections have been designated as BT areas, so proceed with the utmost caution.
There was a time when I would shatter at every hit of soul, but now I barely feel the pain when I fall. This violent system in the madness, forgetting what we sold. I tell you that men are breaking, but you don't know. Don't waste your life observing disorder. There is no time to grieve the sun. Take every chance of joy that you can find. Any love or any kind. We'll catch the light and shine it all around. It's all we have to survive this world. Don't find excuses for your anger. You're drowning selfish, you must go. I'll show you out this burden is hiding, the meaning of it all. How beautiful this life can be. You don't have to crawl. Don't waste your life respecting the ruler. There is no time you need to run. Take every chance and try you can
Stretch my legs.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
Snag. Wowzer!
Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Disengaging weapons are now entering chiral network coverage.
That's the way.
And all that I want is a home inside the world, and a woman that I can hesitate, found nothing but a haze on the even rows of chairs. And in your eyes, you look alright. And in the night, we took our flight to all the world is nothing but a world, and your favorite evening gown. Deep inside my head is a warm and cozy bed, where I'll sleep when I am dead. And in the air, I'll still be here. You, my dear, I fear will lose your
Good evening, Sam. Please give me your arm.
Patched up and good to go.
Once again, Sam, I'm sorry we couldn't bring you straight here on the DA trip. And you must be absolutely knackered. Be sure to take as long. For my part, I'll have a crack at assessing several potential routes for your next month. We can discuss them when we take a look at the map later on. As for the cargo, I'll let...
Sam, this is... Network infrastructure between the Southern Environmental Observatory and Terminal Fort Knott has been disabled for reasons unknown, though we strongly suspect Ghostmech's sabotage is to blame. To address this, we've decided to reroute network traffic through the F7 North Distribution Center. However, the distance is too great for us to establish a direct connection at this time. That being the case, we'll need to utilize the way stations situated between the two sites. The device required to activate them is stored at this facility, collected before embarking on your journey to the distribution center. You know what to do, Sam. We'll rendezvous on site later.
Oh, excuse me. Nice to meet you. Oh, wait. We've met before. At this very facility, in fact. You might remember? My hand, at least. How's our mutual friend doing? Hardman and I have been working together to study waters. I see you found a missing cargo. I've made great strides in my work thanks to you, and want to give you this data as thanks. I am increasing the amount of materials you can use here.
Now display your current order grade.
The schematic First of all, only domes sufferers seem to develop. In my particular case, I vomit every 21 minutes due to a form of gastric reflex spasm syndrome. The muscles of my stomach cease to function properly for a time, and I'd rather others didn't see this, so I keep to myself in the back room. That's where I was when you... I'm sorry, I wasn't... I hope I can call...
Order completed. Well done. Listen up, Sam. The F7 North Distribution Center is a long ways away, and by my reckoning, there's a number of different viable routes. The shortest, most direct path would involve you cutting through the snowy mountains, a dangerous proposition to say the least. You might find zip lines, ladders, and other structures en route to make your life a little easier, but without those conveniences, you'll need to make that deadly trek the hard way. If you're still keen, make sure you pack all the mountain climbing essentials. Alternatively, you could forego the mountain route and circle round to take advantage of the roads to the east. Though if they're still in disrepair, or there aren't any bridges or other structures available, you'll need to come prepared to put in some work. Finally, heading west around the mountains would mean retracing your steps and going back the way you came. A fair few porters have already made use of that route since you paved the way. I imagine you'll find it easier going than the first time through. That route will also bring you close to the monorail. Get it up and running, and you can catch a ride too. Ultimately though, the route you take and the methods you utilize are entirely up to you. So take a moment to weigh your options and prepare as you deem fit.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Order accepted. Thank you.